Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Brothers Grimm in Selden, New York on Long Island, where I will be fighting an 1,800-point battle between my Dark Angels and Mark's Death Guard. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Dark Angels and Death Guard have been fighting a prolonged battle on this planet, fighting for the Emperor and against the Emperor, tooth and nail, or rotted tooth and and nail against each other, trying to eliminate each other from this planet. And a Dark Angel supply ship that was bringing in a bunch of supplies for the forces on the planet was shot down over this city. So the Dark Angels moved in to try to get these, grab the supplies, and the Death Guard moved in to try to keep the Dark Angels from collecting those supplies and trying to cut them off before they could resupply. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing a basic Maelstrom mission, so drawing up to three cards at the beginning of each of our turns. First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and a Line Breaker as usual. The objectives are here, there's one back in here, one back here, one back here, and then there's one right up on top over there. So that's where the objectives are. So that is the story and the mission. We will come back to you after showing you the armies. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments. Leading off the first battalion detachment, we have a Primaris Librarian with a Force Sword and 2 Primaris Lieutenants, one with a Force Sword and one with a Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. We have 2 5-man Intercessor squads and a tactical squad with bolters. The sergeant has Melt-A-Bombs. We have a Primaris Ancient. We have a 3-man Inceptor squad with assault bolters. Leading off the 2nd battalion, we have a Master in Gravis armor. We have a Primaris Chaplain, and we have a 2-man squad of Primaris Lieutenants, each with power swords and each with plasma pistols. We have 3 5-man scout squads with bolters. We have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 heavy bolters and an Armorium Cherub. We have a 3-man Aggressor squad with auto bolt storm gauntlets and Fragstorm grenade launchers. And last but not least, we have a 10-man Hellblaster squad. Alright, for the Death Guard, he'll be running a battalion detachment and an Outrider detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Typhus and a Malignant Plague Caster. We have 3 6-man Plague Marine squads. One squad has 2 Blight Launchers, 3 Bolters, and the champion has a Plague Sword and Bolter. One squad has 2 Bubonic Axes, Flail of Corruption, 2 Bolters, and the champion has a Power Fist and Bolter. And the third has 2 Plasma Guns, 3 Bolters, and the champion has a Plague Sword and Bolter. We have 2 20-man Poxwalker squads. We have 2 Rhinos with Combi Bolters. And we have a Tallyman. So for the Outrider detachment, leading it off here, we have a Chaos Lord with a Plague Sword and a Combi Bolter. We have 2 separate Fetid Bloat Drones with 2 Plague Spitters each. And last but not least, we have a 2-man squad of Myphitic Blight Haulers. So those are the armies. I just wanted, before we show you deployment here for the 2 sides, I just want to show you my sweet Glacial Geek t-shirt that came in. So you can get that at the Glacial Geek merch store, so check it out online. There will be a link below in the description. A whole bunch of different shirts. There's a Blue Crew shirt, there's a Show Me Your Full Face shirt. You can get different colored t-shirts, you can get different like hoodies, baseball shirts, and you can also get it on things like bags and mugs and stuff. Pretty cool. So check it out. The link is in the description below. Alright, now that we're back from our commercial interruption there, showing over deployment here, we'll start with the Dark Angels over here. I've got my Hellblasters in the front here. I've got my Primaris Ancient in the middle. I've got my Master in Gravis armor and my Lieutenant with the, one of the Lieutenants with the Plasma Pistol and Power Sword. I've got the 5-man Devastator squad in here. One of them seems to have fallen over, probably drunk. We've got another Lieutenant with with the Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle back here. Scout squad up here. Scout squad over here. Scout squad over here. We've got a 5-man Intercessor squad here. we've got the Glacial Librarian, we've got the other lieutenant with the plasma pistol, we've got the chaplain, we've got the aggressors, the 5-man tactical squad, the 5-man intercessor squad, and my last lieutenant with the power sword. In Deep Strike Reserve, we have the Inceptors. So going over deployment now for the Death Guard, we've got the Mephitic Blight Haulers or something like that. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, Mephitic Blight Haulers over here. There's like Blight and Plague and Bubonic, everything in this army. So the Mephitic Plague Haulers over here. We've got a 20-man squad of Poxwalkers, another 20-man squad of Poxwalkers, and in the middle there we have Typhus, we've got the Tallyman, and we've got the Plague Caster, what is he? Yeah, Plague Caster over there. We've got one of the Rhinos over here with the squad with the Plague Marine squad with the plasma inside. We've got a fetid bloat drone over here. We've got another fetid bloat drone here. Inside the building over there, we have the other squad of the ones with the plague launchers. Oh, and the other side. One second, hold on, coming around here. Coming around. I forgot. We've got the squad outside here has the blight launchers, and then the squad in here is the close combat squad. So, as of right now, the Death Guard are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. New with a 5. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Death Guard here on turn 1. All right, so my opponent drew Death March, Secure Objective 2, and Secure Objective 3. Death March is, he has to have at least 3 units within my table half. So we'll come back to you after his movement phase here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 1. His Plague Poxwalkers over here moved a little bit, just making some room. Typhus and the other characters made their way up here. This Plague Poxwalker squad did move up over here. The fetid bloat drone over here moved up. This fetid bloat drone moved up. The squad inside the building there moved up a little bit. This Rhino over here advanced up the board over this way. This Rhino just moved up the board this way. These Mephitic Crawlers also moved up the board this way. And his Chaos Lord here shuffled up a bit, getting himself centered in the middle there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so start off the psychic phase. Which one is doing this? The Plague Caster is going to cast Gift of Contagion onto my scouts over there. So looking for a 7. Not getting it with a 6. And now he is going to cast Smite onto them. So looking for a 5. Getting it with an 8, so D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. Alright, so now Typhus is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto his Poxwalkers there. Looking for a 6. Not getting it with a 5. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that 1 into a 6, so he gets it with a 10. Alright, so now the Tallyman is going to roll. He rolls 2d6, and on exactly a 7, he will have gotten back his CP for that one. No, with a 6. That is not the number he wanted. Papa Nurgle doesn't like 6s, he likes 7s. And now he's going to cast Putrescent Vitality onto them as well. Again, looking for a 6. No, not getting it with a 5. Alright, so now the Rhino here is going to fire into my scouts over here. So he's got 4 shots because he's in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. Alright, getting 3 hits. Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves because they are in cover. Making them both. Woo! Alright, so now his Mephitic Blight Haulers are going to fire. One of the spurters, what is it called? Bile Spurters is within range of my scouts over here. He's also going to fire both of their frag missiles into them from the 2 guys there, and then the 2 multi-melts are going to fire into my Hellblasters. So we're going to start with the Spurter first. So this is going to be Assault D3. So 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. 4s. Oh, hitting on 4s. Because there's only 2 of them there. So that is 2 hits though. So these are strength. What was it? 6. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds there. AP -1. So 2 4-up saves because they're in cover. And I fail 1, make 1. So it's 1 dead. And now the 2 frag missiles are going to fire into them. So 2d6 shots. Getting 6 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 4s. getting 2 hits. Rerolling ones because of it, because of the Chaos Lord being there. All right, not meant to be. So it's 2 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus nothing, so looking for 2 3-ups. And I'll make them both. And now the 2 multi-meltas are going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. So we've got 2 shots hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. Making 1 wound. That is just going to go straight through because it's AP minus 4. So rolling to see D6 damage. 1 damage. Alright, so now his fetid bloat drone there is going to fire into my scouts over here. So he's got 2d6 hits. So getting 10 hits. We'll come back to that. Alright, so these are strength 6, so wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. Dropping 1 dice on there. Alright, so getting 2 rerolls there for those 2 1s. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. 6 AP minus 1 plus 1 because they're in cover, so 6 4-ups. Failing, exactly 3 of them, which is enough to wipe the unit. And that is First Blood. Alright, so now he has 1 light launcher in range who's going to fire into my aggressors over here. So it's 2 shots hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. And he's got 1 hit, so that's going to be strength 6. So he's going to be wounding on 3s because they're toughness 5. No wound there. It's a plague weapon though, so re-rolling 1s to wound. Into a 4, so that is a wound. AP minus 2, so looking for a 5-up save. Nope, failing that one. How much damage is that?
D3.
D3 damage. 2 damage. That's a dead aggressor. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, this Rhino here is going to charge into my Hellblasters over here. So they're going to fire Overwatch. We've got 10 of them there in rapid fire range. They are going to be hitting on 6s, re-rolling 1s because of the master there. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, 4 hits and then re-rolling the 4 1s that came up there. Getting another hit in there. So that's 5 hits. Strength 7, toughness 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Alright, re-rolling 1s to wound because of the lieutenant. So that is going to be 2 wounds at AP minus 4, so those are just going to go straight through. So that's 2 damage onto him. Alright, he needs a 10-inch charge to get in. No! That is yeah, he does not make it in. So that is it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 1. My opponent did not get any of his objectives yet, but he's pretty close to Death March. I'm going to give him that. He's pretty close to Death March, but he didn't get any of the others. Are you going to get rid of any of those? Yeah, he's going to get rid of one of the secure objectives depending upon which one's the furthest from him. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so I drew technical orders, priority orders received. So you draw another objective when you draw that. So I drew Witch Hunter. So my Warlord has to kill his 1, or yes, he has 2 Psychers that he could possibly get that are clear across the board. Not going to happen. Then I got Defend Objective 6 and Secure Objective 2. Objective 6 is over here. Again, probably not going to happen. But Objective 2 is back over here, so I'm probably going to get that one. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All of these guys stood still. So my Master, my Lieutenant, my Ancient, my Hellblasters, my Devastator Squad, my other Lieutenant all stood still. So did my Scouts over here. My Scouts up here stood still. These Intercessors moved up, as did my Librarian. He kind of shuffled around over this way. These guys stood still. As did the Intercessors over here and the Lieutenant. Back inside over there, I'll show you in a second. My Tactical Squad moved over here into the building, looking on him over here. And my Inceptors here dropped down, looking on them over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. Alright, so starting off the Psychic phase, he's going to cast Trephination onto his Rhino over here. So we roll 2d6, looking for 7. Does not go off with a 6. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that one. Back into a 2. Do I get the command point back on a roll of a 5 because my warlord trait is Brilliant Strategist? Yeah, with that filfers. And now he is going to cast Smite onto him over there. Goes off with a 5, so D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. All right, on to my Hellblasters here. They're going to fire, 4 of them are going to fire into his Rhino here. 6 of them are going to fire into his Mythic Blight Haulers. Right? Did I get it right? Yeah, I got it right. I'm going to supercharge with them, and I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Let's see if I get that command point back. I do not, so I am down to 12 command points. So we're going to start with the ones into his Rhino here. They're rapid fire, so it's 2 shots each. So the first guy hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Master, of course. So that's a dead guy. Let's see if he gets to shoot again. He does because of the Ancient there. So he will... I mean, he's going to still supercharge there, so it's going to have 2 hits from that. All right, so it's 2 hits from the next guy. Rerolling because of the Master there. Inception into a hit. And the last guy is going to hit and then reroll here. And that's into a hit. So these are all going to be Strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there. So yeah, these are AP minus 4. So these are just going to go straight through, which means that they're doing 3 damage each. And there's 7 of them there, so 21 damage onto him. I think he's dead. Does he explode? He does not explode. And then the other 6 guys are not in rapid fire range into the Mythic Blight Haulers. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, 6 of them. All hits. These are Strength 8, Toughness 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there, so that is going to be 5 wounds at AP minus 4. They have 5 up invul saves, right? Yep. So 5 up invul saves. Nope, doesn't make any of those, so those are 3 damage each. So we'll do 1 at a time, so 3 at a time. So we'll do the first one here, 3 at a time, looking for 5s. Nope, that's 3 damage goes through for the first. 2 go through for that second one, so that's at 5 right now. And then 3 again. And 1 goes through for that one. So he's still got 1 wound left. So 3 for him again. Let's clear out these. No, 2 go through, but that's still just the 1. So the 1 guy is dead.
Disgustingly resilient.
Those were the disgustingly resilience.
Oh, they were, yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got 3 more rolls for disgustingly resilient for this one. And 3 damage onto the second one. All right, so now my Devastator squad's going to fire. 3 of them are going to fire into his Plague Marines here. 1's going to fire into my Mythic Blight Hauler. I'm going to spend a command point on Hellfire rounds that are going to be firing into him. And he's also going to have the Signum. Let's see if I get the command point back. I do not, so I am down to 11 command points. So now we are going to roll here. The red dice is going to be the one with the Signum that's also firing into the Mythic Blight Hauler. These are going to be hitting on 3s and 2. Rerolling 1s because of the Master there, and the fact that they didn't move, so they gave them Grim Resolve. So that's all hits. So for this one here onto the Mythic Blight Hauler, it's going to be D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds, so 3 5-up Disgustingly Resilience. Making 1 of them, so he takes 2 damage. And then the regular shots that went onto the Marine there, the Plague Marines there, they're Toughness 5, Strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP minus 1 plus 1 because they're in cover, so 4 3-ups. Failing 1 of them, Disgustingly Resilient on a 5-up. Oh, and he's good. And now I'm going to pop my Armorium Cherub, so I'm going to kill the baby here. And he is going, the guy that was shooting into the Mythic Blight Hauler is going to fire again. Because of the FAQ, it allows him to shoot the Hellfire rounds that he used there. So it's a 1-shot hitting on a 2 because he's still got the Signum. That's a hit, so D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds, 3 5-up, Disgusting Resilience, making 1 of them, so he's still alive with 1 wound left. All right, my Intercessors are going to fire into his Plague Marines here, hitting on, so they're in rapid fire range there, hitting on 3s. not getting to reroll anything because they're not in range of anything. One of those was missed there. These are strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting to reroll 1s because I am within range of the lieutenant. All right, not meant to be there. So that's 3 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 3 3-ups. Making them all. And now my lieutenant over here is going to fire into his Mythic Blight Hauler there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. Not re-rolling that. So wounding on a 5. Yeah, that's a wound with a fill face. Regular save, so 3-up, right? No, he fails it. 2. That's 2 damage, so it's 2 disgustingly resilient saves. He has to make both of this or he's dead. He makes 1. No, he fails that one, so he is dead. All right, so my scouts are going to fire into his Plague Marines over here. 10 shots because they're in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because they didn't move, but I just got a bunch of 2s. So wounding on 5s because they're toughness 5. Getting 1 wound, 2-up save because they're in cover. Yeah, he's good. Now my lieutenant over here is going to fire into them. He's not going to supercharge his plasma pistol because it doesn't make a difference. So we got 1 shot hitting on a 3. See, rolling 1s because of the master there. All right, that is a hit. Strength 7 looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3, +1 because they're in cover, so looking for a 5-up. No, goes through. Disgustingly resilient though. 1 damage, so. No, so a dead guy. And now my master is going to fire into them over there with his Boltstorm Gauntlet. 3 shots, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. Regular save, so 2-up. And they're good. And the Ancient's going to fire over here. 2 shots hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits, wounding on 5s. That is no wounds. All right, so now these dude bros are going to fire into them over there. One guy's going to throw a crack grenade, which is going to be the red one there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they stood still. Okay, back into a 1, of course. So these are now going to be wounding on 3 and 5s. All right, so we've got not rerolling anything there. So we've got 1 2-up save and 1 AP -1 second. All right, so it's AP -1, AP minus nothing. So we're gonna have 2-up and a 3-up. So we'll fire the 2-up first. That does go through, and then the 3-up. Ooh, that one goes through. So it's gonna be D3 wounds. 1 wound, so 1 5-up disgustingly resilient save. Oh, and he's good. All right, so now my Inceptors are going to fire into his Plague Marines over here. They're going to have 6 shots each because they've got 2 Assault Bolters each. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Not re-rolling anything because I obviously moved since I came in from Deep Strike this turn. These are strength 5, toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Not re-rolling anything because of nobody being else there. So we've got 6 wounds over here, AP -1, +1 because of cover, so 6 3-ups. Failing 1 of them, 5-up disgustingly resilient save. No, so 1 guy did. All right, so now my tactical squad here is going to fire into his Rhino over here. The sergeant's going to throw his Melt-A-Bomb into him, and he did pop smoke at the end of his movement there, or in the shooting. Whenever you have to do it, whenever you have to do it is when he did it. I forgot to mention it. So the red's going to be the Melt-A-Bomb. The others are going to be bolters. These are going to be hitting on 4s because of the popping smoke. All right. That's a lot of 3s that you just made yourself save there. Oh, that's beautiful. Wounding on 5s with these ones. Getting 1 wound. 1 regular 3-up save. Yeah, he's good. All right, so my aggressors here are going to fire into his Rhino over there. They are firing 12 shots each plus 2d6 shots each. So plus 6 and plus another 6, so another 12 shots. All right, so they're going to be firing in there. This is going to be 36 shots that are going to be happening here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Yeah, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's actually hitting on 4s because of the smoke launchers. So those 9 2s and those 4 3s did not hit. But this 8 1s can actually be re-rolled because of Grim Resolve. Okay. Getting one more hit from that. These are now Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. It's a lot of 1s, holy cow. All right, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at AP nothing, so 6 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. And now my intercessors here are going to fire into his Marines in the building over there. So I got 5 shots hitting on 3s. We're rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, so we got 4 hits. Wounding on 5s because they're tough 5. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant over there. Not helping, so it's 1 wound. AP -1 +1, looking for a 3-up save. Making it. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my tactical Marines here are going to charge into his Rhino. Overwatch from the Rhino here. Hitting on 6s, nada going on there. So they need a 4-inch charge or 3-inch charge, and they are in, barely but in. All right, so that's it for the assault. Into the fight phase, my tactical Marines are going to fight into his Rhino over here. I've got 7 attacks because the Sergeant has a chainsword and has 2 base, so these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, getting 5 hits, pretty good. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 3-up save. And he makes it. And now his Rhino is going to attack back. 3 attacks hitting on 6s. Getting nada there. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. I scored the 1 objective over there, and I'm going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of defend objective 6. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to the cards drawn for the Death Guard here on turn 2. All right, so my opponent drew Assassinate, still has Death March and Secure Objective 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 2. These guys disembarked from their Rhino, who then fell back out of combat over this way. His fetid bloat drone moved up over this way, just in range of them over here. These guys over here shuffled up, so they're up towards the edge of the building over this way. This fetid bloat drone moved back over this way, looking on my Inceptors. These guys didn't advance, they just moved, right? Yeah, these guys just moved up over this way, including his Plaguecaster, Malefic Plaguecaster, Tallyman, and Typhus. But these guys did advance, and they're just strung out a bit over there. Chaos Lord moved up over this way. These guys moved up towards my scouts over there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, starting off the psychic phase, Typhus is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto the fetid bloat drone over here. So looking for a 6. Not getting it with a 5. And now Typhus is going to cast Putrescent Vitality onto these dude bros over here. Looking for a 6 as well.
Oh no, I failed negotiation.
Gets it with a 12. So he actually is going to hurt himself.
Okay.
I cannot deny it. No, 1 second. He's actually going to spend a CP to re-roll one of those 6s into a 4. So it goes off with a 10. So now I'm going to try to deny it, looking for an 11. Oh, I'm going to spend a CP to try to get him up there. And I get it with an 11. Woo! All right, so we're going to see if he gets his CP back. Looking for 7 with his Tallyman. Ooh, no, with a 6. He gets close. He keeps getting those 6s. Let's see if I get mine back with a 5. And I do. So I'm still at 12. My opponent is down to 7. All right, so now his Plaguecaster is going to cast Blades of Putrefaction onto this squad over here. So looking for 7, 5. It's going to get it because there's a 4, so it goes off with a 10. And now he is Plaguecaster there is going to cast Smite onto my Inceptors, looking for a 5. Going off with a 9. He had a little bit of a heart attack. I saw his face because he only saw it was the 6 first. So I saw him having a little bit of a heart attack. So D3 mortal wounds. Doing 2 mortal wounds. All right, his fetid bloat drone is going to start us off in the shooting phase, shooting into my Inceptors. 2d6 shot hits. So it's going to be 8 hits. All right, so strength 6, AP -1. They are toughness 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting incepted. It's a plague weapon, so rerolling that 1 to wound there. Into a 6, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds that are going in here. AP -1, so 5 4-up saves. And I failed one of them. Alright, so this squad here is going to fire into my Inceptors. So we're going to start with, what are we shooting first? The bolters first? Oh no, we're going to start with the 2 blight launchers. So that's 2 shots each, so 4 shots hitting on 3s. Alright, getting 2 hits. These are going to be strength 6, right? So looking for 3s to wound, toughness 5. Getting 1 wound, AP -2, I think it was. So looking for a 5-up. No, failing that, so that is going to be D3 wounds. 1 wound, but that is still enough to kill a guy. Alright, and then the 3 bolters from here are going to fire at him. Because they have inexorable advance, it lets them shoot rapid-fire weapons twice, the 2 shots up to 18 inches. So they're going to be firing into here. So it's going to be 6 shots hitting on 3s. Getting all but 2 hits. These are strength 4, so wounding on 5s because they're tough 5 because you've got Gravis armor. Getting no wounds. Alright, and this squad here has 3 bolters in it. They're going to fire into my guys here. I think they might be within 18 inches, so we're probably going to do rapid fire there. So here we go. There's going to be 6 shots hitting on 3s. Getting all but 2 hits. That's 2 misses. So 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s because they are not Gravis armor. So that is going to be 2 wounds there. 2 AP nothings, and they are in cover there, so 2 2-ups. Making them both. Woo! Alright, so now this fetid blow drone is going to fire his plague spitters into my aggressors over here. So we're going to have 2d6 hits. Getting 8 hits. Alright, strength 6, toughness 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting rerolling 1s to wound because of plague weapon, not meant to be on that one. So we got 1, 2, 3 wounds. Is that right? Yeah, 3 wounds over here. AP -1. So looking for 3 4-ups. Making all but 1. All right, this squad over here is going to fire their bolters into my scouts there, and then the plasma guns into my hellblasters. So we're going to go with the bolters first. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so missing 1 there. These are now going to be strength 4, toughness 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds there. 3 AP nothing, so +1, looking for 3-ups. And failing 1 of them. And now the plasma guns are going to fire in here. Not going to supercharge, so 4 shots though, hitting on 3s. See, good thing you didn't supercharge. We had been talking about that, so that's 2 hits. Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6-up. No, does not go through, so that is 1 wound. Alright, so now his Chaos Lord is going to fire his Combi Bolter into my Intercessors. He is in 18 inches, so he is going to have 4 shots here, hitting on 3. Oh no, hitting on 2s, right? Rerolling 1s because of himself. Not back into a 1 over there. So that's 3 hits, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP nothing, +1 because of them being in cover, so 2-up save. Yup. Alright, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, these Plague Marines are going to charge into my scouts over here. 1 guy's going to throw a crack grenade. And the other 2 are going to fire rapid fire with their bolters, hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits with the bolters there. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. 2-up save because they're in cover. They're good. Their charge distance is pretty much already in. And now these guys are going to charge into my squad over here. Sergeant's going to throw his Melt-A-Bomb, and the other guys are going to fire their bolters. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. All right. Not reroll anything because they did move. 2 hits. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting no wounds. Their charge distance is totally in. And then the Plague Poxwalkers over here are going to charge into them, looking for an 11-inch charge. Not going to get it, despite the inception. And now his fetid bloat drone is going to charge into my Inceptor, who's going to fire Overwatch. 6 shots, hitting on 6s. Getting 0 hits, his charge distance. 5 inches will not get him hit. All right, so that is it for the charges into the fight phase. His Dude Bros over here, his Plague Marines are going to start by attacking into my Tactical Marines here. So he is going to spend 1 command point on Veterans of the Long War. Let's see if you get it back. Looking for a 7 exactly. Nope, not getting the back. So he is down to a 5 command points, right? Down to 6 command points. Sorry, back down to 6 command points. So now he is going to have 2 guys with the axes, right? Plague axes. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, right? Mm-hmm. Getting 2 hits with 6s. That's pretty good. Death to the False Emperor allows him to get 2 more attacks in there. With another 2 hits. So he gets 4 hits on 2 attacks. What? Anyway, so that's 4 hits. So now these are strength +1, which makes them strength 5. They are going to be, which would normally be wounding my Marines on 3s. But because of Blades of Putrefaction, which gives him +1 to wound, means that he is now wounding on 2s. And with Veterans of the Long War, it means that he is now going to be still wounding on 2s, because you can't be wounding on 1s. But he will be doing mortal wounds because of Blades of Putrefaction on 5s and 6s, because it's +2 to the wound roll. So here we go. 4s looking for 2s, but really looking for 5s. All right, so getting 1 5 and 4 wounds. So there's going to be 1 mortal wound, so 1 Dude Bro is definitely going to be dead. And then we've got 4 AP -1, right? With the AP minus... AP -2. So we got 4 5-up saves. I do make 2 of them, so that means 3 guys are dead, though. Brutal. And now the Flail of Corruption. I was about to say the Flail of the Unforgiven, but that's only for good guys, not for bad guys. So the Flail of Corruption here. D3 attacks. Getting 1 attack. This is going to be hitting on a 3. Does not hit. Now he's going to come at me with a fist, so it's going to be 2 attacks because it's from his champion. These are going to be hitting on 4s because of Unwieldy. Getting 1 hit, which is a 6, so rolling again because of Death to the False Emperor. That is... Oh, no, it's... 1 second. Yeah, sorry, we forgot. It's a 6+, which because that's a -1, that 6 actually became a 5. But he missed anyway. It doesn't matter. So he gets the 1 hit in there, so that's going to be Strength 8, wounding on 2. But because of the Blades of Putrefaction, again, getting +2 to that hit. 5s and 6s will do a mortal wound as well. Doing a 5, so that is a... Doing a 5. So there's a mortal wound in there, and then it's AP -3. With a 6+, he makes the save. Woo! And then we've got 2 guys over here with Plague Knives attacking in there, hitting on 3s. Getting a 6. That is a Death to the False Emperor, attacking again. All right, so 3 hits on 2 attacks, pretty awesome. Wounding on 2s because it's would be wounding on 4s, +1 because of Blades of Putrefaction, +1 because of Veterans of the Long War, wounding on 2s. But getting 2 mortal wounds with it. He would get to re-roll that because of plague weapons, but it doesn't even matter because but he does it anyway. Gets a 6, so 3 mortal wounds plus additional 3 wounds. Oh, there's only 1 guy left, so he is dead. All right, so now these Plague Marines are going to attack into my scouts over there. So what are we going to do first? We're going to do the champion with the Plague Sword. So this is going to be 2 attacks hitting on 3s. So that is going to be 2 hits. This is going to be strength 4, so wounding on 4s, right? It's his base strength plague. 1 second. All right, so he's going to be wounding on 4s, but re-rolling all failed wound rolls with this weapon. So 4s, getting 1, and then re-rolling failed wound rolls. Getting another 1, so that is AP -3, correct? Oh, the Plague Sword doesn't have... 1 second. Oh, my bad. I just thought it was like a power sword. No, but it's not AP anything there. So I've got 2 4-up saves. And I make 1 and lose 1. And then we've got 4 Plague Knife attacks that are going to come in here. Hitting on 3s. Alrighty. With a 6, Death to the False Emperor. That does not get to keep exploding. That would have been cool if it did. So 3 hits there. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Making 1, failing 1. All right, now my sergeant gets to attack back. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5 because they're tough 5. It's a wound. Oh man, 3-up save. No, 5-up. Disgustingly resilient. Yeah, the sergeant kills himself. A plague marine. You're not gonna kill him. He's gonna take you down. All right, that is it for the Death Guard turn here. I am going to spend 2 command points to keep him alive over there because I lost 3 guys during the turn, so I could have run away on a 6, and I didn't feel like testing it because right there he is objective secured, so he is contesting that objective, keeping him from scoring that point. So let's see if I can get one of those 2 command points back. I do not, so I am down to 11 command points. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, so I drew Secure Objective 5, Secure Objective 6, and I still have priorities received Witch Hunter. So that is going to be it for the cards here. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, super lame. We forgot that it's because he also has objective secured with his dude bros there. So because he's got more of them there, they get to hold that objective. So he does score the point for that. Well done, I guess. All right, movement for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. My scout sergeant jumped up to the top of the building over here. These guys, not coward, tactically withdrew to the second floor over here, getting out of combat there, because then his dude bros with the really hot guns came running up this way. His plasma boys with an eye are running up over this way, along with my master and my ancient and my lieutenant. The lieutenant and the Devastator squad stood still over here. This scout squad stood still. Librarian moved up over this way. Intercessors moved up over that way to jump onto that objective. These intercessors moved up over this way, as did my chaplain and lieutenant and my other lieutenant over here. And then back around, boop, 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 boop. Coming around this way. Over here, my Inceptor, jumped over this way looking at these guys. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, start the psychic phase. He is going to smite into his plague marines over here. So I've got looking for 5 to go off. Getting it with an 8. Do you want to try to deny, sir? I've only got the 1 psyker, so I would. Yeah, he's got both guys within range. So I was like, why aren't you doing this? So looking for a 9. Inception, nope, not gonna happen. So D3 mortal wounds. Getting it with a fill face. So 3 mortal wounds, 3 disgustingly resilient saves, making 1. So 2 are dead. All right, so now because of being able to kill that 1 guy there, they are the closest. So he's going to trephinate into his poxwalkers over there. So looking for a 7 for that to go off. Going off with a 7. So do you want to try to deny it? Looking for an 8. Oh, and he gets it with 9. You jerk. That would have been great because they have a leadership of 4. I was about to be all happy and whatnots, but then he just doesn't want me to be happy is what it comes down to. He just hates me. All right, so now my aggressors are going to start the shooting phase and shooting into his poxwalkers over here. They're going to be firing twice, so they've got 12 shots each over here, so 24 shots plus 2d6 each for their Fragstorm grenade launchers. So getting an additional 11, 12, 15 attacks. All right, so now they're going to fire into them with 39 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he doesn't have -1 to hit. All right, we'll come back to you with that. I had 5 2s that I missed and then 3 1s. That was pretty dang good rolling. These are going to be re-rolling because of Grim Resolve into 1 more hit there. All right, so we got 32 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s because right now they're toughness 4 since they're by typhus over there. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we had that many 2s and 3s. This 6 1s, they get to re-roll because of the lieutenant over there. Looking for 4s, so that's another 1 wound in there. So, this is the wound. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 wounds over here. So that's 16 5-up, disgustingly resilient because their 7-up saves is not going to help them here. So here we go. 16 5-ups. we'll come back to you with that. He made 4 of them, so 12 are dead. Killer. And now my scouts up here are going to fire into his poxwalkers over there. So 6 shots because one guy is in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, that's all hits. Looking for 4s to wound because they're tough 4 with Typhus there. All right, so that is 1, 2 wounds. 2 disgustingly resilient saves. Makes 1, fails 1. Now my intercessors are going to fire into his poxwalkers over here. So 10 shots in rapid fire range there. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling nothing because they moved. All right, these are going to be wounding on 4s. Pretty good there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. AP -1, but doesn't make a difference. So 5 up, disgustingly resilient saves. Failing them all. 5 dead. Starting over here, my master is going to fire into them with his Boltstorm Gauntlets. 3 shots hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there. So that's 2 wounds. 2 up saves because there's no AP. Oh, fails 1. 5 up, disgustingly resilient. Oh, but he makes that. Well done. All right, so now my lieutenant's going to fire his plasma pistol into them. Rerolling because of the master there. That's a hit. Looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3, +1, so looking for 5 up save. No, 5 up save again because of disgustingly resilient. No, so there's a dead guy. And now my lieutenant over there is going to fire his mastercrafted auto bolt rifle into him. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds with fill faces. Regular 2 up saves because there's no AP. They're in cover. Makes them both. Now the Ancient's going to fire into him over here. 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the master. Okay. Wounding on a 5. Nope, no wound. All right, so now my Devastator squad's gonna fire. My one guy's gonna fire into him. The other 3 are gonna fire into the bigger squad of poxwalkers over here. The one guy firing into him is gonna take the Signum. He's also gonna spend a command point on Hellfire rounds, which I get back. So the red is going to be the Hellfire round into that one dude, bro. Hitting on 2s. The other's gonna be hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, 1 miss there. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. This is going to be D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds, so 2 5 up. Disgustingly resilient saves. No, fails them both, so he is going to be dead. All right, so wounding on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s, but there are none. So we've got 4, 5, 6 wounds, AP -1, which doesn't matter. So he's got 6 disgustingly resilient saves on them, making 1 of them, so 5 dead guys. All right, so now my Hellblasters are going to fire. 4 of them are going to fire into his Rhino. 5 of them are going to fire into his fetid bloat drone over there. So I'm going to spend a command point for Weapons of the Dark Age. Let's see if I get that command point back. I do, in fact, with a fill face, so I'm still at 12 command points. Or no, down to 11, I think, right? No, yes, I think I'm down to 11 command points. So now we're going to start over there. They are going to supercharge, so we're going to go with the 4 guys into the Rhino over there, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Master. All right, so that is 4 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s to wound, thankfully. Because of the lieutenant over there. So that is 2 wounds, AP -4, so those just go straight through. 6 damage onto him. And now the 5 that are going to fire into his fetid bloat drone over there. So we've got 5 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the master. Oh, 1 will be dead. Let's see if he gets to shoot again. Oh, well, actually, it's at the end of the shooting. So let's see. These 4 guys hit. These are now going to be strength 8. He's toughness 7, so 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that is 4 wounds, AP -4. Does he have an invul save? He does have a 5-up demon save, so he's got 4 5-ups. Makes 2 of them. Does he have disgustingly resilient?
He does.
He does. So that's going to be another 6 disgustingly resilient saves because it's 3 damage each. So here we go. making one of them, so he's going to take 5 damage. All right, let's see if the guy who died can shoot again. He does not get to shoot again. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. Yep. Do I get the command point back? Yep. All right, so my intercessors here are going to fire into his Plague Marines over there. So we got 10 shots hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll anything because they moved. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 5s. All right, rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 4 3-ups. Failing 2 of them, 5-up disgustingly resilient saves. Failing them both, 2 dead guys. All right, my Lieutenant Dude Bro is going to fire into his Plague Marines over there with his plasma pistol. Not going to supercharge, hitting on a 3. That is a hit, wounding on a 3. That is not a wound. All right, so now my chaplain here is going to use his Absolver bolt pistol to shoot into the Plague Marines over there. 1 shot hitting on a 3. And then the lieutenant's going to fire his bolt pistol into them, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. Nope. Now my Inceptor is going to fire into his Plague Marines over here. So 6 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling, no need to reroll. Pretty good. Strength 5, toughness 5, looking for 4s to wound. Alrighty, getting 2 wounds. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. 2 3-ups. Failed 1, 5-up, disgustingly resilient save. Oh, he's going to spend a CP to reroll that, so looking for a 3-up. No, failing that. 5-up, disgustingly resilient. But makes that one. There you go. And then 2 to see if you get your CP back. He does, so it didn't cost him anything. Finally, the tally man tallies his bananas. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my intercessors here are going to charge into his fetid bloat drone and into his Marines over here. So we're going to start with the fetid bloat drone first. So 2d6 hits. Getting incepted, 7 hits. Hey, Nurgle's number. Oh boy, here we go. So strength 6, looking for 3s to wound. Whoop. Roll another dice because he's throwing them all over the place. All right, wow, really good. So that is 6 wounds. 6 wounds? Didn't you have to roll 7? 7 wounds, all of them wounds. So that's 7 wounds. So we have 7 AP minus anything. AP -1, +1 because they are in cover. So we've got 7 3-ups. I failed 1 of them, so 1 of them gets a wound. And then we've got a bolter shot from over there. Rapid fire in here, so hitting on 6s. No, not getting anything on those. Let's see if I can roll higher than that for my charge distance. Oh, yeah. And now my chaplain's going to charge into the fetid bloat drone. Why did I roll 1 die? And now he is in. And my lieutenant is going to charge in. He is 5 inches. Ooh, let's check. He would be just out, so I'm going to spend a command point. Oh, yeah, with the fill face, I'll get him in. And do I get the command point back? I do not. All right, so now my aggressors, that's the word I'm looking for, just stared at my opponent like he would know, are going to charge into his Rhino over here. So he gets to shoot me with his combi bolter there, hitting on 6s, getting no hits. Their charge distance is, no, that ain't getting nowhere. And now my Inceptor is going to charge into his dude bros over here. So we're going to start with the Blight Launchers first, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. Strength 6, right? So looking for 3 to wound. Oh boy. AP -2, -1. Let's roll to see if it makes a difference. Yeah, with a 1, it does not make a difference. So it's D3 wounds.
Oh, baby.
Oh boy. Yeah, 1 wound, so he's still alive. But wait, there's more. Here come the bolter shots. Not getting any hits, so no more. His charge distance is totally in. All right, starting off the fight phase with my intercessors. 4 guys, including the sergeant, are going to go into his Marines over here, and 1 has to go into the bloat drone because he had to make contact with him to keep him from firing at my other dude bros. So these are going to be the ones into the Marines, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of the chaplain there. All right, all but 1 hit, pretty good. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Getting 3 wounds there. 3-up saves. Failing none of them. And now my chaplain's going to attack into his fetid bloat drone. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, so that's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. So he's strength 5 with the Crozius, and he is tough 7. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, so that is 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. Making them both. And now my lieutenant's going to do the same. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. That is 3 wounds, AP -3, so 3 5-up invul saves. Making 1 of them, so that's 2 AP, 2 5-up disgustingly resilient saves. Making 1, so he takes 1 wound. And then my Inceptor is going to attack. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. AP nothing, so 3-up save. He's good. All right, so now on to his attacks here. He's got his, we're going to start with the Plague Marines attacking in my Scepters. He's going to spend a command point on Veterans of the Long War. Let's see if he gets that CP back. Nope, does not get it back. So he is down to, what, 5, I think? Yep, down to 5. So now they are going to be attacking in here. We'll start with, what do you want to start with?
Plague Knives.
We're going to start with the Plague Knives. So there's 4 attacks with Plague Knives, hitting on 3s. All right, getting 2 hits. These are now going to be wounding on, would be wounding on 4s, but are now wounding on 3s because of Veterans of the Long War. Getting re-rolling Plague weapons with 1s. Ooh, Inception. That is a wound, so that's 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Re-rolling because it's cocked. All right, so I make 1, fail 1. I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll that one. Yeah, into a save. Let's see if I get the CP back. I do not, so I'm down to 9. And now the champion is going to attack. 2 attacks. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 3 again because of Veterans of the Long War. That is a wound. AP nothing. All right, so now his dude bros here are going to attack into my intercessors. They still have Blades of Putrefaction on them, so they're going to have +1 to wound because of that. And wound rolls of a 7+ will give him mortal wound in addition. So here we go. We're going to attack with the axes first. So he's going to axe me a question right now. 2 attacks. He's shaking his head, understandably so. So here we go. 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Hates the Emperor thingy-majig. So 2 hits. Doesn't explode again, though. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s because of because it's strength +1, making it wounding on 3s, and then +1, so wounding on 2s because of Blades of Putrefaction. And getting a 6, so that is re-rolling 1s because of Plague. Into another 6, so that's 2 mortal wounds, plus 2 wounds, regular wounds, so it's 2 AP -2s, right? So looking for 5-ups. Making 1 of them, so I take 1 wound and 2 mortal wounds, so it's going to be 1 guy dead plus 1 wound. All right, so now he is going to use the flail to attack into me here. So D3 attacks. 3 attacks, pretty good. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Getting a 6, so he hates that Emperor. Getting another 6, can't explode again, so 4 hits on 3 attacks, pretty gross. These are now going to be wounding at strength anything? Strength plus anything?
+2.
Strength +2, so he'd be wounding on 3s, thus wounding on 2s. And, alright, re-rolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. Back into a 1, so that's 3 wounds, no mortal wounds, luckily this time. AP anything?
-2.
AP -2, snap, that is a crazy flail. So, a -2, so looking for 5-ups. Failing 2 of them. 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
2 damage each, so that's going to be... wounds carry over, so that's going to be 2 guys dead plus a wound onto another guy because there's already 1 wounded guy there. Now he's going to fist me. You heard me. 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 wound. 1 hit, I should say. Wounding on 2s. That is a wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6-up. Not getting it, so that is going to be a dead guy because he's got the 1 wound left already. All right, so now his blow drone is going to attack into my lieutenant over here. So he's got 2 attacks because he's down on his second profile, hitting on 4s. Getting no hits. All right, so that's the end of my turn there. I have to take a leadership test because he lost 4 guys from his squad. He's within 6 inches of the chaplain, so he can use his leadership of 9. So 4 plus 5 is 9, so he is good to go. Thank you, chaplain. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. On turn, whatchamacallit, on turn 2. So I ended up, did I score anything? I think I did, right? Yeah, I got secure objective 5 with my intercessors over there. I'm going to get rid of secure objective 6 because I'm not going to be able to get that. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Death Guard here on turn 3. All right, my opponent drew Death Begets Life, which means that if he kills 7 models this turn, he scores a victory point for every 7 models that he kills. So basically it just means it doesn't kick in if he only kills 6 and give him 0 points. It only kicks in when he kills 7, and then once that happens for every 7 he kills, he gets a victory point. So pretty cool. Still got Assassinate, still got Death March. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here. This 2-man squad here advanced up this way. Typhus moved up, so did the Tallyman, so did the Lord moved over this way behind them. The Poxwalker squad over here moved up. The Malignant Playcaster moved up. This Fetid Bloat Drone advanced up 1 inch, so not quite as far as he had wanted to go. These guys moved up out of the ruins over there. They stayed in combat over there with him over there. The Rhino stood still over here. This Fetid Bloat Drone fell out of combat with those 2 guys. And that is it for the movement phase. So, what's up? Oh, the Rhino did move. It did move a little bit. His whopping 3 inches. So, so then my opponent spent a command point on this 2-man squad for the dead. What is it? The Dead Walk Again, which gives them basically any unit that is any infantry model that is killed within 7 inches of them. They gain a Poxwalker to their squad. So the Tallyman is going to see if he can tally his bananas. Nope, does not. And then he spent on Cloud of Flies onto the squad over here, which allows them to be their -1 to hit. So let's see if he gets that back here. No, does not get that back. So it's 2 command points down total, right? Yeah, 2.
No, it's the character.
Oh, it basically gives them the character rule. So, all right, cool. So that is it for that. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, starting off the Psychic phase, Typhus is going to cast Putrescent Vitality onto the bigger squad of Poxwalkers there, needing a 5 for this one to go off. Oh, needing a 6 for this one to go off. Goes off with a 6. And now he's going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto his Fetid Bloat Drone up front there, needing a 6 to go off. Going off with a 9. I'm going to try to deny that. Not getting the denial off there, so he is going to be -1 to hit. And now his Malignant Playcaster is going to smite into my intercessors over there, looking for a 5. Hitting it with a 10. Oh, it needs to be more than 10. So he just gets it with a 10. So D3 mortal wounds, because I can't deny it. 3 mortal wounds. And now he's going to cast Blades of Putrefaction onto these guys over here, needing a 5. Going off with a 8. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his Fetid Bloat Drone is going to shoot into my my Primaris Lieutenant back there. Because he has fly, he can shoot even though he fell back. So 2d6 hits, getting 7 hits. We'll come back to you with that. So now he's Strength 5, which means he's still wounded on 3s because he's still Toughness 4. So looking for 3s. Okay, re-rolling 1 because of Plague Weapon. All right, so that is not a hit there. So that is 5 wounds. We have 5 AP nothing, right? AP -1, so 5 4-ups. Failing 2 of them. All right, so now the Rhino is going to shoot into my Primaris Lieutenant over there. 4 shots, hitting on 5s because he's wounded real bad. Getting 2 hits, not bad. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. 3-up save. Nope. Now the Chaos Lord here is going to fire into the Intercessors. Getting 4 shots with his Combi Bolter. Getting all hits. Wounding on 4s. So that is 3 wounds. 3 3-ups because they're out of cover over there. And now the Tallyman is going to supercharge his plasma pistol into my Primaris guys there, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. Oh boy. Here we go. Looking for a 6-up. Oh no, they're in cover there, so looking for a 5-up save. Yeah, with the Filfers. Woo! So this squad of Marines over here, the Blight launchers are going to fire into my aggressors, and the bolters are going to fire into my lieutenant. So we're going to start with the Blight launchers first. Hitting on 3, so that is, what's that one back there?
That's 6.
That's a 6, so that's 2 hits. Strength 6, right? Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 2, right? Looking for 5-ups. Failing both of those, so we'll go with the first one first. D3 is 3, so that's a dead guy, and the second one 2, so that's another dead guy. And now the bolter shots into my lieutenant over there, so these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so missing 2 of them. So it's 4 hits, looking for 4s to wound. Inception. So they're not plague weapons. So that's 2 wounds there. 2 3-up saves. Inception. 2 saves. Alright, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. His Rhino here is charging into everybody here. I think he's trying to explode. So we're going to go with the intercessors over here first. So 4 shots hitting on 6s. Alright, no hits there. We're going to go with the lieutenant over there. He is going to fire his plasma pistol. I am not going to supercharge. All right, no hit there. Absolver bolt pistol from the chaplain. Does hit, wounding on a 5. Nope, no wound there. Pistol from the lieutenant is not a hit. And then we've got 5 guys who can shoot from the scout squad up there. Getting rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Still only getting 1 hit. Not getting a wound. So your charge distance, sir, is going to be wherever he wants. This fetid bloat drone, the one that didn't fall back, is going to charge into the 2 characters over here, looking for 10-inch charge. Not getting it. Typhus is going to charge into my intercessors over here. So 4 shots hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits, pretty good. I'll take that. These are now going to be wounding on, he's toughness more than 4, so toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP minus 1, so 3-up save. Oh, he's good. And he needs an 8-inch charge to get in, and he makes it. All right, so now the big squad here is going to try to charge into them, looking for a 9-inch charge. Oh, and they get it. All right, so now these poxwalkers are going to try to charge in over here. Not getting with a 6. All right, so that is it for the assault phase. Into the fight phase. Typhus is going to assault. Is going to go first, so he's got 4 attacks here, hitting on 2s. Are you within? You're in range of him, right? Oh, you're gonna check.
So sorry.
10-inch? No, I think it was 9 inches, right?
10 for the arch contaminator, 9 for
Okay.
yeah.
So 3 hits then. These are going to be strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds, AP
minus
1 second. So it's AP minus 3, so looking for 6s. Show me them fill faces. Oh, getting 2 fill faces. What's the damage? 3 damage, so that's 1 dead guy. All right, so 5 of the Poxwalkers could get in combat with my lone intercessor that is left over here. So he's going to have 10 attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, a couple misses there. They might be within range. Are they? Hold on a second. All right, 3 of those were 1s, and they are in range of the Chaos Lord there. So getting 3-roll 1s. All right, getting 1 more hit there. These are now strength, because of all the powers that are on them, they are now strength 5 and plus 1 to wound. So strength 5 would mean wounding on 3s, plus 1 to wound, wounding on 2s. All right, so that's all but 2 there. So that's 3, 4, 5 wounds. We have 5 3-up saves. And I make them all. Woo! All right, so now his Rhino is going to attack into Lieutenant. 1 attack hitting on a 6. No hit there. All right, so now his squad of Marines here is going to activate. We're going to go with the Axis first. They've lost all their buffs over there, so they've got 2 attacks from the Axis, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Strength +1, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 2, or yeah, AP minus 2, so rolling for 5 ups. Failing both of them, and he is dead. All right, so now my chaplain is going to attack into his plague marines who consolidated into him over there. So I got 4 attacks hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of himself. So that is 4 hits. Strength +1, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there. So that is 2 wounds at AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. Making them both. All right, I'm going to attack with both lieutenants into his rhino since we just get it to go faster there. So it's going to be 8 attacks here, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of the chaplain there. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of themselves. All right, so we've got 2 wounds at AP -3, so 2 6-up saves, or he's dead. Oh, he makes one of them, so he's still alive. Now the one guy here is going to attack into the Poxwalkers there, so he's got 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on toughness 5 now, right? So wounding on 5s. Not getting anything. All right, so that is it for the turn here. We have 1 morale test. We have my guy there. He lost 4 guys. 4 plus 2 is 6. He is good to go. So that is it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 3. He scored Death Begets Life, getting 1 point for that. And he got Death March because he has 3 units in there. So he gets 2 points for that. So we will come back to you after the movement phase for the, with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, so I still have Witch Hunter for priority orders received. I have Secure Objective 4 and Big Game Hunter. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These guys all stood still. My scout sergeant left over here moved up. All of these guys, so the Hellblasters, the Ancient, the Lieutenant, and my Master all moved up over this way. My Librarian moved up a little bit, not much. The scouts here stood still, and these guys all stayed in combat over there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so we're going to start off the psychic phase with Trephination into his squad of Poxwalkers there. So looking for a 7. Going off with a 12. I'm going to let it go. So are you, you can't deny it because you can't do that. So he does take 2 D3 mortal wounds. So I take 3 mortal wounds. Now I roll 2d6. Adding 2 because there was more than 10 on there. And we minus their leadership and they take that many mortal wounds. So let's see what happens. 2d6. I'm going to spend a command point on this one. Into another 6. That's 12 plus 2 becomes 14. 14 minus 4 becomes 10. They lose 10. Oh no, they have to take 10 disgustingly resilient rolls because they can still possibly save some of these. So let's see what happens here. So 10, 5-up, disgustingly resilient rolls. Making 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So taking 6 dead guys. All right, 6 for 3, I'll take it. And do I get my command point back? I do not. And now he is going to smite into them as well. Looking for 5, going off with a 7. Do you want to try to deny it, sir? Looking for an 8 to deny. Getting it with an 8, well done. Yeah, my bad, it was actually an 8 that I rolled there, and he rolled an 8, so that means that it does go off. So, D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound, disgustingly resilient. No, so another dead guy. All right, my scouts up here are going to fire into his Poxwalkers down there. 3 guys are in rapid fire range, so 8 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Okay. These are now going to be toughness 4 on those guys because they're by Typhus, right? So wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 5-up disgusting resilient saves. 2 guys dead. My Ancient's going to fire into the Poxwalkers there. Rerolling because of the Master there. Rerolling 1s, I should say. Wounding on a, not a 2. Bolt Storm Gauntlet into those guys there. Rerolling 1s because of himself, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, 5 up. No. Pistol from the Librarian into them. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so my lieutenant over here is going to fire into his Rhino over there. He is going to supercharge with his plasma pistol. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve because he didn't move, thankfully. That is a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP -3. 6 up or he's dead. Oh, what? Lieutenant there is going to fire with his bolt pistol. That is a hit. That is not a wound. And now the chaplain is going to fire into him with his bolt pistol. That is a hit. That is not a wound. All right, my Devastator squad here is going to fire into his Poxwalkers over there. The yellow dice have the Signum hitting on 2s and 3s. Rerolling because of Grim Resolve. All right, so that's 1 miss there. These are strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. AP -1 doesn't matter, so we've got 10 5 up in disgustingly resilient saves. No, ooh, that is a bunch, but I still think that they are dead. All right, he's gonna fire his pistol in combat there. Rerolling 1s because he didn't move in the movement phase. That's a hit. That is a wound. 5 up. No, dead guy. All right, so this squad here is going to fire into the Fetid Bloat Drone, everything with the Hellblasters. I'm not going to supercharge, but I am going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that command point back? I do not, so I am down to 7 command points here. So the first 6 guys are in rapid fire range. So we're going to have 14 shots coming in here. Hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit because of what is it? Miasma of Pestilence. Alrighty, so rerolling 1s because of the Master there. Alright, these 3s are misses. Alright, so these are all strength 7, wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Looking for 4s. Oh boy. We got 3 wounds, AP -4, so 3 5 up demon saves. He failed all 3, so he is. Do you have the disgustingly resilient? He does. So that's going to be 6 disgustingly resilient saves here. Come on. Nope, he failed enough to die, so he is dead. On a 4, he will blow up. No, he does not. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my master here is going to charge into Typhus. He needs a 9-inch charge to get in, so Typhus doesn't have any shooting within 9 inches, so I can just roll away. So looking for a 9-inch charge, not getting in. All right, my librarian is going to charge into the Poxwalkers, and he is in. All right, my lieutenant is going to charge into the Poxwalkers over there. Getting in with a 5. All right, so starting off the fight phase now, my lieutenant is going to attack into the Poxwalkers there. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Getting 2 hits, wounding on 5s because they're tough 5 right now. So that's 1 wound. Disgustingly resilient, so it's D3 wounds because this is going to go straight through. So 2 wounds, so 2 disgustingly resilience. Fails them both, so 1 guy is dead. And now my lieutenant's going to do the same thing. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 5s because they're T5 right now. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Getting 1 wound. Oh, another dead guy. All right, now I'm going to activate my chaplain over there. He's going to attack into his Marine Bros over there. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, so that's 4 hits. Strength +1, so looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that is 2 wounds at AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. Failing 1 of them. 1 second. All right, he's going to spend a command point to reroll that one. Does make it. And do you get your command point back? Does not. All right, so now the Poxwalkers are going to activate into my Intercessor over there. So there's 5 of them left. That's going to be 10 attacks. But their weapon skill, now that they're down to 5, is going to be a 5-up to hit. So looking for 5s. All right, getting 4 hits. They're going to be strength 4 now, right? Or strength 5? 5. So looking for 3s to wound because of the powers that are on him. So Blades of Putrefaction. So looking for 2s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. 4, and the 6 does a mortal wound, right? It's just +1. 1 second. All right, so that 6 did a mortal wound because of Blades of Putrefaction, and +1. So it's going to be 1 mortal wound and then 4 saves. Failed 3 of them, so he is totally dead. So now my lieutenant is going to attack into his rhino there. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of the chaplain there. So that's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. No wounds. All right, now his Plague Marines over here are going to attack into my chaplain. So we're going to go with the axes first. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, and hating on the Emperor over here, 2 more attacks. Getting 2 more hits, so 4 hits on 2 attacks. Wounding on strength +1, right? So wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of a plague weapon. So that is 4 wounds. AP -2, so he's going to have a 4-up Rosarius save. Failing 2 of them. They're 1 damage each. So that's going to be 2 damage on him. And now the flail will attack in. D3 attacks, 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s. So that is 2 hating on the Emperors. All right, so getting 1 more hit there. So that's 4 hits. Wounding on +2, strength +2. So wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because it is a plague weapon, so that's 2 wounds.
-2.
AP -2, so 4-up Rosaria save. Failed both of them. That's 2 damage each. He is dead. Unless I'm going to spend a command point on one of these. Yeah, he makes it, so he's still alive. Do I get the command point back? I do not. And now the Power Fist is going to attack in. Oh, 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. 2. Oh, man. 2 4-up invul saves or he's dead. Oh, and he is dead. And then my last lieutenant's going to attack into that dang rhino. 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Not getting to reroll anything because the chaplain is dead. So 3 hits, wounding on 5s. Come on. All right, so I scored Big Game Hunter. I'm going to get rid of Secure Objective 4, and my opponent scored Assassinate on my turn. So that is going to be it. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Death Guard turn here on turn 4. All right, so my opponent drew Overwhelming Firepower, No Prisoners, and Domination. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 4. His Fetid Bloat Drone moved up over this way. Both of his Chaos Lord and the Malignant Plaguecaster moved up over here. Oh no, this is not that's the Tallyman moved up over here. The Malignant Plaguecaster actually advanced up this way. These Plague Marines moved around over here. These Plague Marines moved up over this way. Typhus moved around there, and the Poxwalker stayed in combat. So that is it for. So did his dang rhino. So that is it for the Death Guard movement phase. My opponent did spend a command point on the Dead Walk Again. The Dead Walk Again. So let's see if he gets that command point back. And he does, in fact, get it back. Pretty good. The Tallyman's got it back, too. That's pretty awesome. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, to start off the Psychic phase, they're going to cast Gift of Contagion onto my Librarian over here. So looking for a 7. Goes off with a 12. Are you going to let it go? Or are you going to spend a command point to reroll? He's going to spend the command point to reroll there. Goes down to an 8, so it's not going to hurt him, but I am going to try to deny it there. I get +1 because I'm within 12 inches, therefore giving me the Psychic Hood. So looking for, I need to get an 8 as well. And I get it with an 11 killer. And now he's going to see the tally man to see if he gets it back. He does not. And now we're going to cast Blades of Putrefaction onto the Plague Marines over here. Does not go off with a 4. Going to cast Putrescent Vitality onto the Poxwalkers, looking for a 6. Does not go off. And Miasma of Pestilence is going to be cast onto the Bloat Drone over here. Does not go off with a 5. Alright, so that's it for the second phase. Into the shooting phase, his Chaos Lord is going to fire into my Scout. He's got rapid fire because of the whatever advanced thing, inexorable advance. So 4 shots hitting on 3s, or 2s? 2s, so that's 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is none. 0 wounds. Okay. The bolt gun gear is going to fire into these guys over here. So 2 shots because he's in rapid fire, getting 1 hit.
2 different ways I can attack with him.
No wound. All right. So now the Fetid Bloat Drone is going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. So 2d6 hits, getting 4 hits. It's going to spend a command point to reroll one of those into a 1, so getting 3 hits. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Because of Arch Contaminator, he gets to because he's within range there, he gets to reroll all of those failed wounds.
Oh my god. Who am I, you?
Yeah, who are you, me? 2 wounds there. AP -1, so looking for 4 ups. Hey, there you go. Failing 2, so that's a dead guy. Does he get to shoot back? He does with a fill phase, so he is going to supercharge and fire into the Fetid Bloat Drone. So 2 shots. 1 second. All right, so we got 2 shots here, hitting on 3s. Okay, getting 1 hit. Strength 8, wounding on a 3. And now the Teleman to see if he got back his command point from that before. He does not. All right, so now this squad's going to fire. The Blight Launcher is going to fire into the Hellblasters over here, hitting on 3s. 4 hits, and hitting the Emperor there, so that's 3.
It's only in.
Oh, it's only in close combat. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. So that's 4 hits. These are now going to be Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds, but getting to reroll everything because of Arch Contaminator, his power over here. So get another wound there, so that's 3 wounds. AP -2, right? So looking for 5 ups. Whew, boy, all 3 miss. So the first one, D3. 1 wound, so then the next one's just going to kill him. So then the third one is 2, so that's 2 dead guys. Let's see if they can shoot back. They do not. And the 2 bolt guns. That's 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. That is 1 failed save. All right, that's it for shooting. Typhus is going to charge into my librarian over here. 4 inches to get him in. Oh, he got in. I saw the 2 first, and I was like, is it going to happen? But no, he got in. And these guys are going to charge on my lieutenant. And they are in. All right, so his Fetid Bloat Drone is going to charge into my Hellblasters over here. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. I'm not going to supercharge, so we've got 10 shots here hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of the Master. All right, so 0 hits. Ugh. His charge distance is totally in. All right, that's it for the charges into the fight phase. Typhus is going to start us off attacking into my librarian here. He's got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 4 wounds. 4. 6 up saves is AP -3, right? 6 up saves. Shoving that Phil first. Getting 2, but that is not enough to save him, so he is dead. Womp womp. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to activate my lieutenant over there. So let's see if he can, if I get one of those command points back. I do not, so I am down to 4 command points. I've got 4 attacks with him, hitting on 2s. 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 5s. This is going into the Marines, the Plague Marines over there. Hello. Dropped 1. All right, so getting 0 wounds. So now his Marines over here are going to attack. We're going to go with the ones with the axes first. They're going to axe me a question. Already made the joke, still funny. Hates the Emperor, getting another attack, but not a hit. So it's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus what? Oh, because of Arch Contaminator, they're within range there. So still only 1 wound. AP minus 2, right? Nope, that is not a save, and that is just 1 wound, right? So still alive technically. And here comes the flail, D3 attacks. Getting 2 attacks on 3s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on strength plus 2, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2. Not that, and that is going to be enough to kill him, and he is dead. All right, so now his Poxwalkers are going to activate. He is going to spend a command point on, what is it called? Veterans of the Long War. So let's see if you get that command point back. Let's do that first. So 2, looking for 7. Does not get it back. So he's down to 1 left right now. So now he's got 7 guys that got into a fight there. So they're going to be 2 attacks each. So we got 14 attacks, hitting on 5s because they're still down below 10. All right, we'll come back to you with that. In range of the Chaos Lord there, because he's been having an increased bubble because he has the helm of Fulgaris. What?
Fulgaris helm.
Fulgaris helm. So he so that's why he's got an increase in his aura there. So we got to reroll those 3, getting 1. Oh no, 5s to hit. So that is just the 4 hits that he got there. So these are now wounding on 4s because they're strength 4 right now because he didn't get off the, what is it? Something pestilent, something, whatever it is. It didn't go off. So they're only strength 4, so wounding on 4s.
Plus veterans.
Oh, plus veterans of the Long War, so 3s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds there. So 3 3-up saves and a failed 1. All right, so now I'm going to activate my lieutenant over there. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, 2 misses. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Just wound die. And now his Rhino gets to attack. 1 attack on a 6. No hit. Thank God, that was close. All right, we forgot about his fetid bloat drone here, but it didn't matter since my guys didn't activate yet. So they're going to attack. He's going to attack. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Getting no hits. All right, but rerolling 1. So yeah, no hits there. I'm going to activate my my lieutenant here into Typhus. So I've got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the master there. So that is 4 hits. These are strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Getting 2 wounds, 2 AP minus 3. So he's got his 4-up invul save. Ooh, failed them both and takes 2 wounds. He's got disgustingly resilient. Oh, makes 1, so he takes 1 wound. All right, so now my Hellblasters are going to attack into his fetid bloat drone over there. So we're going to have 3 attacks from the sergeant, 2 attacks from the rest of the guys there. So we're going to have 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the master there. All righty. These are now going to be toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. Okay, so just getting 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. Making 1 of them 5-up, disgustingly resilient. Makes that. All right, so that is it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 4. Did you score? You scored no prisoners, but I think you only killed 2, right? So you didn't get the 3 for that. Did not get overwhelming firepower and did not get domination. I think you're getting rid of domination, correct? Yeah, so he's going to get rid of domination. So, pretty good there. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, so I still have the Witch Hunter with priority orders received. I've got overwhelming firepower, and then I got Master the Warp, which I can't get rid of because I did have a Psyker at 1 point. So, we will come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My Hellblasters fell back. I spent 2 command points on Intractable, which will allow them to shoot this turn. Let me see if I get one of those back. I do, in fact, so I am down to 3 command points. And now, then my Master here moved up over this way. My Ancient moved up over this way. Scout stood still. My Lieutenant here fell back out of combat. This Devastator Squadron Lieutenant stood still, and this Scout over here stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you. Psyker's dead, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Lieutenant here is going to shoot his plasma pistol into Typhus. I am going to supercharge, so hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP -3, so 4 up, invul save. No, goes through. So it's 2 damage, so 2 disgustingly resilient saves. No, fails them both, takes 2 damage. All right, so now my Hellblasters here are going to supercharge and fire into his fetid below drone. I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age, see if I get that back. I don't, so I'm down to 2 command points. So we're going to fire here one shot, one at a time, so hitting on 3s. Okay, 2 misses. 1 hit, rerolling 1s to a hit. 2 hits. 1 miss and 1 hit. And 2 hits. So these are now strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Alright, so we got 6 wounds. AP -4, so we have 6 5-up demon saves. Making, 3 of them, so 3 go through. And so that's going to be 9 damage, so 9 5-up disgustingly resilient saves. Making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, so he only takes 4 damage. Killer. Master is going to shoot into the fetid blow drone. That is 3 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 0 wounds. And now my Ancient's going to fire into him. That's 1 hit. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Back into a 1. All right, my Devastator squad. 3 of them are going to fire into the fetid blow drone. 1 guy is going to fire into him with the Hellfire rounds. So we'll see if I get the command point back from that. I do, in fact, so I'm still at 2. The red will be the Hellfire round. He's going to have the Signum hitting on 2s. All right, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, 1 miss there. So this is going to be, so he's just dead. So he does die because it's at least 1 mortal wound. He doesn't have Disgusting Resilient. Does he explode? No, he doesn't. Couldn't even explode to give me the benefit of that. All right, and these are Strength 5. He's Toughness 7, looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant back there. So that is 1. 1 AP -1, so 1 4 up. Oh, and he's good. Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle into him. 2 hits. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Nope. Sergeant here is going to fire into him. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. 2 hits. Getting no wounds. These guys are going to fire into him. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Alrighty then. These are wounding on 5s. Getting rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant over there. So that is going to be 2 wounds. 2, 4 up, 3 up saves. Fails 1, 5 up, disgustingly resilient. Oh, of course he does. All right, so that is it for shooting phase into the assault phase. My master is going to charge into Typhus, and he is in. All right, so that's it for the charges into the assault, into the fight phase. My master here is going to attack into Typhus. I've got 5 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there. Why? Yeah. And now my Lieutenant is going to go into Typhus over here. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 4-ups. And he makes them both. All right, so now his Poxwalkers are going to go into my Lieutenant here. We've got 14 attacks hitting on 5s. All right, we'll come back to that. Rerolling those 2 1s because he's in range of the Lord. All right, getting another hit in there. So that's going to be 6 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Oh, man. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds there. 5 3-up saves. And make them all. Woo! And now Typhus is going to attack into my Lieutenant over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, rerolling ones. Right? No. Oh, he doesn't give himself reroll ones?
No.
Oh, snap. Okay, so he's got 3 hits there. These are going to be looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 6-up saves. Making 1, so he is technically still alive. All right, so at the end of the turn, I scored overwhelming firepower, and I'm going to get rid of Master the Warp. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. We will come back to you after movement phase for, oh no, with the cards drawn for the Death Guard here on turn 5. All right, my opponent drew Psychological Warfare and Kingslayer and still has overwhelming firepower, so we'll come back to you after the movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here. His Poxwalkers and Typhus himself stayed in combat over there. His Fetid Bloat Drone shuffled around over here. His characters are moving up over this way. His Plague Marines are moving up over this way, and these Plague Marines are moving up over that way. So that is it for the movement phase. At the end of the movement phase, though, Typhus has a rule that all friendly units within 7 inches of him are surrounded by nastiness. And what you do is any enemy units within 1 inch of units within 7 inches of him, so in this case my Master and my Lieutenant, you roll a die, and on a 4+, they take a mortal wound. So we're going to go on to the Lieutenant first. 4 up. That's a 4 up, so he is dead, and on to my Master. Not. So nothing on my Master, but my Lieutenant is dead. And they get another Poxwalker here because my opponent had spent the command point to get his to get the Dead Walk again. But we're gonna roll now to see if he got it back because we forgot to do that. No, he doesn't. So he is out of command points, but he does get my Lieutenant turned into a Poxwalker. All right. So first, he is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto the Bloat Drone over here. So looking for 6. Getting it with a 7. And now Putrescent Vitality onto the Poxwalkers.
Whoop.
Getting a 9 is good. All right, so now his Malignant Plaguecaster is going to cast Blades of Putrefaction onto Typhus. Goes off with a 12. So he's out of command points, so he's going to take D3 mortal wounds. Oh, 3 mortal wounds, so he's down to one wound. But he also now gets to, because he casted a power that was successful of 7 or more, my guy within 7 inches over here can take a mortal wound on a what? 1 second. Yeah, he just takes a mortal wound. That's crazy. So he's down to 5 there, my Master. And now he is going to smite into my guy there. Ooh, I saw that 6. I was hoping it was going to be a 12. So that goes off. D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound. And because it was over 7, he takes another mortal wound, so he's down to 3. That was killer. The Lord is now going to fire in the shooting phase into my Sergeant over here. So he's got 4 shots, hitting on 2s, rerolling because of himself. All right, so that is 4 hits, wounding on 4s. Getting 3 wounds. 3. 3-up saves. Oh, and he fails. He's dead. And now the Fetid Bloat Drone is going to fire into my Hellblasters. 2d6 hits. Getting 4 hits. These are now Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling everything because he's within range for the, what is it again?
The Arch Contaminator.
Arch Contaminator. So he's got 3 wounds over there. These are AP -1. So looking for 4-ups. And make them all! Woo! All right, so now the pistol from the Malignant Plaguecaster is going to fire into these dude bros up here. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is not a save. And then a plasma pistol from the whatchamacallit, the Tallyman. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -3, +1 because they're in cover, looking for a 6-up save. Nope. Champion's Bolt Gun into them. That is no hits. And now the Blight Launchers here are firing into my Hellblasters. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound, rerolling 1s because of Plague Weapon. So that's 2 wounds. AP -2, so 2 5-ups. And I failed both of them. So the first one's just going to kill a guy, and then the other one is D3, right? Mm-hmm. Killing another guy. Do they get to fire before they die? Nope. And then the 3 bolt guns are firing, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lord. Okay, nope, not meant to be. Wounded on 4s. Getting 1 wound. And he's a good save. And now Typhus is going to use his pistol into my master over here. So he's got 2d6 shots. So that's going to be 4 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 5s because it always hits on 5s. So regardless of the fact that I've got the Shroud of Heroes on him, it doesn't make a difference because he's going to be hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s because of the Chaos Lord. So reroll that 1. No hits. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, the Fetid Bloat Drone is going to charge into both my Hellblasters and my Ancient over here. I am going to fire Overwatch with the Hellblasters first. They are going to supercharge, so here we go. 2 shots here, hitting on 6s. Okay, that guy is totally dead because they... oh no, they're within range of the Master there, so rerolling 1s. Oh, thank God. Getting a 6 and a miss. Second guy. Rerolling 1s. 2 hits. And 3 hits. All right. So, strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds, AP minus 4. So it's going to be 5 up demon saves. Failing all of them. So these are going to be 6. Hold on a second. So this is 6 discussing the resilience saves. If he fails all of these, he's just dead. So here we go. Looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, he makes 2 of them, so he's down to 2 wounds. And now my Ancient's going to fire in here, hitting on 6s. Getting nothing there, so his charge distance is totally in. And now this squad's going to charge into my Lieutenant. He's going to throw a crack grenade. Nope, nothing there, so their charge distance is totally in. And now the Bloat Drone is going to attack into the Hellblasters because he's down to 2 wounds. He is going to be hitting on, what?
Still on 4s.
Still on 4s.
1 attack.
1 attack, though. That's not a hit. And now these guys are going to attack in here, hitting with axes. So that's 2 hits, hitting on the Emperor over there. 3 hits, wounding on strength plus 1, so wounding on 3s. So that is 1 wound, but they get into reroll 1s because of it being a plague weapon. So that is 3 wounds over there. AP minus 2 or 1? 2, right? AP minus 2, so looking for 5 ups. And making 1 of them, so taking 2 wounds. And now the flail. 1 hit, 1 shot, I should say. That is not a hit. And now the Power Fist, hitting on 4s. No hits. All right, so now Typhus is going to activate, hitting into my Master here. He's got the Shroud of Heroes, so he's going to be -1 to hit. So Typhus is going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. All right, so that is, he also hates on the Emperor over there. So that is going to be 5 hits on 4 attacks. Pretty brutal. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. The strength 7, toughness 5. So that is...
because of Arch Contaminator.
Because of Arch Contaminator, he gets to reroll. Okay. Oh, yes. So that is going to be 4 wounds over there. We've got 4 Iron Halo saves, so 4 up saves. Making 2 of them, so that's 3 damage apiece. Yeah, he is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. And now my Ancient is going to activate.
He's
-1 to hit because of the thing. Master is dead, so no hits. And now my Hellblasters are going to attack in. Yeah, that's how you do it when you're looking for 4s. Wounding on 5s. That is not bad. I'll take that. So that's 3 wounds, 3 regular saves. Failing 1 of them. But he makes that one. And now my Lieutenant over there is going to attack. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, AP -3, so looking for a 6-up save. No, but he's got a 5-up disgusting resilient save. No, so dead guy. All right, so that is it for the Death Guard turn here. He got Kingslayer, so he gets D3 points for that.
Come on, baby.
2 points for that. He also got Overwhelming Firepower, and he did not get Psychological Warfare. So that is going to be it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 5. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here. I'm not going to be able to get the Witch Hunter here because they killed my Warlord, but I still have it. And I had Blood and Guts and Secure Objective 3. So we'll come back to you after the movement phase. All right, so my Hellblasters fell back out of combat in the movement phase. So did my Ancient. These guys all stood still, and my Lieutenant there fell out of combat. So I spent 2 command points on them for Intractable. See if I get one back. Oh no, my Warlord is dead, so I can't even get that one back. So they are just dead. Or they're just going to fall back. So I'm out of command points. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, these guys with Intractable are going to fire into the Bloatrone. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit, which is why I'm not supercharging, because that would have been a dead guy there. All right, so we've got 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds, AP -4, so 3 5-up saves. He makes 2 of them. 5-up. No, you made 2 of them, and there's only 1 damage each. So, yep. So here we go. Looking for a 5-up to make it. Oh, of course he does. All right, now my Devastators here are going to fire into his guys over there. So, one of them is going to have the Signum. Forgot to grab that. So the yellows are going to have the Signum. These are going to be hitting on 3s and 2s. Alrighty. Pretty good. Wounding on 4s because they're tough 5. Okay, rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant there. Okay. Looking for 4s, and I get 2 wounds. AP -1, so looking for 2 4-ups. Fails 1. 5-up, Disgustingly Resilient. He makes it, of course. All right, so now Jenkins is going to try to lead his squad into firing into them. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh, that's how you do it. I wish I had this roll in this next roll, though, because I need 5s to wound. Come on, 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Oh, fails 1. 5-up, Disgustingly Resilient. No, so 1 guy is dead. And now my Lieutenant's going to fire into him with a Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. No wound. And that is it for the Dark Angels turn here. I scored 0 points. And that is the end of turn 5. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to call it with a Death Guard victory. He is leading right now 10-4, and I just don't see myself being able to come back from that with what forces I have left on the table. So that was a brutal game. There were definitely moments there where I thought it was like tilting in my direction. I felt really good, and then he would tilt it back, and it kept going back and forth, and it felt really good. And then these last, like, I think the last like turn and a half or so, full turn and a half, it just kind of like it finally fell to his side, especially that last turn when he scored all those victory points and just like put himself, I think, a little bit beyond reach, which was pretty awesome, but a ton of fun. I really had a great time, and his Poxwalkers kept coming up, and I think I did a good job of knocking him back, but he did a great job of taking out the units that were good at knocking them back, like killing off those aggressors really fast, and the Inceptors was a pretty good job. So yeah, a brutal game. The Death Guard, man, they're just a tough nut to crack. I know they're not necessarily the army that everyone's taking to LVO or whatnot, but they are a tough nut to crack with those 2 saves that they have to get through every time is brutal. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Mark, and until next time, have fun.